Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are doing well on this Saturday morning. It is April 11th. It is the beginning of Easter weekend, and I hope you're doing your part in social distancing. Today, I wanted to go over a few things to help your immune function, to help upper back, shoulder, and neck pain, and to help with anxiety and depression, which is definitely more challenging at this point in time with everything that is going on. Definitely helps me with my meltdown days, and I have them, and usually when I have them, I find that it's the day that I skip my meditation in the morning, and I haven't been spending the time focusing on breathing. And when you breathe, you need to focus on bringing the breath deep down into your belly and your back, and so they all expand. You want everything expanding instead of closing and restricting. And then that brings us to the things that we do now that we've spent a month at home or with very limited places. We're not doing our daily activities. Some of us are spending more time sitting than we've ever spent. Some of us are doing the same amount of sitting we have always sat and done. But there's a few things to help improve your breathing, because to breathe and to properly breathe with your diaphragm and with your belly and getting movement through the tissues improves fluid flow through the tissues. That means more blood gets to those tissues, more nutrients gets there, and as you exhale and your body squeezes and the tissues are squeezing the oxygen and squeezing everything else back out of them, you're getting improved lymphatic drainage that goes back up and into the chest to the main ducts. So by doing better, deeper breathing and using your diaphragm, you're pulling the air all the way down into the depths of your lungs. And you get the tissues moving and you're expanding through where all your organs are. I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that I've noticed in myself, as well as I'm sure a lot of you, if not most of you, are dealing with similar things, at least if you've been grounded to your house and doing the proper social distancing and not working. But even for those who are out and working, these are some good stretches that you can do to help you breathe better, because the chest stretches will help lift your ribs up and create space between your ribs so that you can take deeper, fuller breaths and get movement through all the tissues from your pelvis to your collarbones. You want to get movement through every tissue with every deep breath you take. But a lot of us can't do that because our shoulders are rounded forward. And especially in this craziness and pandemic that we're going through, I'm sitting more than I have ever sat in my entire life. When I do go out and do grocery shopping, I find that since all of this has started, I'm not a person to ever cross my arms or clasp my hands. And you stand like this. What happens is your shoulders round forward, and you can see the difference in the size of my chest compared to the size of my chest. This happens to every one of us. If we cross our arms, the shoulders round forward, the collarbone scoots up and in, the shoulder blade comes up and rounds forward. So it then pushes down on the rib cage, creating the spaces in the ribs to diminish, and they get smaller and tighter in the front, while your diaphragm attaches in between those ribs all the way around. And if you're compressing them and going like this, you are restricting your ability to breathe well. You're restricting the flow of blood and nutrients into your lungs, into the rest of your organs and through your torso. You're reducing the blood supply and the lymphatic supply, therefore inhibiting your immune system. If it does not, if your organs and your tissues do not have good blood flow, then you get restrictions that create stagnations, that creates illnesses and injuries. So, clasping your hands and crossing your arms is something that we should make a very conscious effort to not do. So what I would really like to go over is a couple of stretches that can be done in your house, anywhere really. Keep your feet parallel and separated. Turn your thumbs out, and what you're going to do is you're going to turn your thumbs back as far as you can. And then you're going to look up. And you're going to breathe. Now, as you take longer and deeper breaths, pay attention to holding after you inhale for a second or two, and hold after you exhale for a second or two. Otherwise, you're going to get really freaking dizzy. So, stand. I'm going to show you from a different angle. Turn those thumbs out. Look up and try and push your hands into the floor as you turn your thumbs back. As you see, I'm not leaning back like this because I'm just trying to open up the chest. And the chest naturally opens up the space from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the pelvis. So that's the number one stretch that anyone can do anywhere. So you stand in the threshold area, depending on your shoulder ability of opening. The goal is to have both hands like this. You see my thumbs sticking up, and my elbows down. You don't want your elbows lifted. They must be pointing down. So if you have to step out and back further away so that those elbows can be pointing down, do that. Otherwise, you get where your elbows are pointing down and your palms are open and facing forward. Lean through the doorway with your chest, not with your pelvis. Always lead with the part that you're trying to stretch. So you're keeping your spine perfectly straight. Your stomach is loose yet engaged, and your knees are soft, not locked. Lean in, look up and back, and then take 3 to 5 deep breaths. We will only show you one. And then come out. Move up so that your elbows are at the same height as your shoulders. Lean through with your chest again. Now, if one side feels tighter, modify. But lean through with your chest. And then look up and back. And then take 3 to 5 deep breaths here. And then you come out. Those are our opening stretches to help improve blood and lymphatic supply to all the tissues and organs in our bodies, so that it can help reduce anxiety, reduce depression, improve immune function, and help with our lungs to work at their best optimal level. We must open the tissues to improve our breathing and all of our bodily functions. And if we do things like crossing our arms, clasping our hands, or sitting or sleeping with our arms up, all we are doing is restricting the blood flow to our brains and to our organs, and those are the things that are going to keep us the healthiest, especially during these times. So please, please do your part for yourself to improve the fluid, nutrient, and oxygen supply to every cell in your body. Live a life that is healthy, happy, and productive. If you like what I have to say and you want to learn more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, For Love of the Body. And keep up with me on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great day.